6x6. Myself Dr. Sourabh Haral. I am a resident in Ophthalmology. Today we will be talking about an exam about which an unnecessary panic is being created all over the medical field. So ever after the induction of this National Medical Council, there have been reformative changes in Indian medical system. Obviously changes can always have its positive effect as well as negative effect. Let's today understand what all positive as well as negative effect this new exam would have on us. So rather than listening to this non-medico blabbering about the changes in this new pattern, let's understand systematically and interpret the changes it would have on our preparation. First big thing this exam would do is a unified exam all over India and a fixed standard to bear the title of doctor in front of your name. At least for the modern medicine. आयुर्वेदिक एंड यूनानी वालों के बारे में तो कोई सोचता ही नहीं है. Thinking about the society as a overall, obviously this would have a positive effect on the society as there would be a standardization of the exit exam of a doctor. So it would not matter that from where your doctor has done your undergraduation, he would be tested on the unified system all over India. What effect it would have on us students? Let's see. First disclaimer. This is just a proposed bill and few minor changes are expected in the final draft. Let's take a quick overlook about this exam pattern. So there will be two exams, that is next step 1 and next step 2. So next step 1 would be an MCQ based exam with 6 papers over 3 days, and this will make you eligible for the internship as well as for your entrance in the PG. Next step 2 will be a practical exam at the end of your internship where there won't be a scoring but just pass or fail. So now the benefits of this unified exam. So now there will be a single entrance as well as the exit exam. You don't need to give your final theory exam of MBBS. This would be considered through the step 1. This would be a single entrance exam for all the medical colleges in India, including AIMS, PGI, JIPMER, etc. Biggest benefit of this new pattern is this exam will be spread over 3 days. So 2 papers each day. So like as I used to always say that एक 3 घंटे का पेपर मेरा पूरा करियर डिसाइड करता था. आज वो चीज नहीं होगी. The papers will be over 3 days. So if you have a bad day on a particular exam, you could always compensate it with the rest 2 days. Major change was the number of questions per subject. The medicine and surgery along with its allied subject would have 120 questions each, while the so-called minor subjects like Ophtha, ENT and PITS would have 60 questions each. A rough interpretation from me is reading a 6,000 pages medicine and allied subject book for 120 questions and reading a 500 to 600 pages book for 60 questions. So effectively it is 1 question per 50 pages for medicine and surgery and 1 question per 10 pages for ENT, Ophtha and pediatrics. These short subjects would be the real deal. Another major change in this exam would be for the foreign medical graduate. I don't know personally, but I have always heard that the FMG students saying that their exit exam was more tougher than NEET. If ever so it is, it will be solved now, and this would be a unified exam for all the Indian graduates as well as the foreign medical. Next big benefit of this exam was the schedule of exam. Let's understand it. After you have completed your final year, you don't need to give your final theory exam. Next step 1 will be replacing it. So you give the next step 1 and you get eligible for your internship. You go into your internship and then you, after completing your internship, you give next step 2. The same score which you have secured in next step 1 year back will be considered for your PG entrance. So effectively in internship you will be knowing that which kind of seat is available at your rank. This would be a huge benefit for the interns as they could go and explore various subjects and have an informative decision about their brand. Hopefully this would reduce the dropout in PGs. Now coming to the biggest confusion this next exam created is for the repeaters. Coming first towards the repeaters who have already completed the MBBS and internship, no clear guideline has been mentioned in this gazette until now. The overall interpretation that I have is the repeaters who have already been eligible as a medical graduates, they would need to give only next step 1, which will be similar like your NEET exam, MCQ based exam, and that score will be considered for your PG entrance. A new change that has taken for the repeater is that your average score of last 3 consecutive attempts will now be considered for your entrance. So one unsincere attempt in NeXT would affect your final scores at the time of counseling. Coming to the number of attempts, you can give unlimited number of attempts with one single condition that we need to pass next step 1 as well as step 2 in first 10 years of completing your graduation. After that, you can attempt for improvement of scores as many times as you wish, but be cautious. With each attempt, an average score of your last 3 consecutive attempts will be taken in consideration during your counseling. Coming to the effect of this on the current postgraduate student, a similar exam can be proposed for the PG final year exam also. One minor benefit that I see in long term is if the standards of these exams are maintained, this could also be a licensing exam in other countries. The only disadvantage I see in this is the change always comes with a panic, and all these classes and online teachers are taking undue advantages of this. One simple thing we are forgetting that it is the same syllabus, same books, same knowledge, and most importantly the same exam paper setters. So the questions won't be different, just the pattern of attempting this exam will be different. So to tackle it, you just need to change the strategy of your study. We could have a detailed video about the strategy, about attempting this exam, re-attempting this exam, time distribution for each subject. Currently, I am unable to make videos frequently. So for this, we could come up with live sessions on Instagram as well as YouTube on every second Sunday at 7 PM, where you could come up with your doubts and we could discuss strategies one-on-one for this exam. Stay connected and let's face this next.